NBA fans, what's going on? Welcome into NBA Now from Chat Sports. Today, I'm giving you my 2020 NBA mock draft picks 1 all the way down to 30, the entire first round. But before I give you my picks, I want to know who your pick for the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft is going to be. Who do you think it's going to be? The Golden State Warriors have the best odds at getting that pick, so let me know who you think they might take. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the Golden State Warriors, the best odds at the number 1 pick. I've got them going with James Wiseman, the freshman out of Memphis. I think that starting 5 of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and then Wiseman will be a dominant force in the Western Conference next year. Cleveland Cavaliers, I got them going with Anthony Edwards, another freshman shooting guard out of Georgia, a freak athlete. I think he could be a potential number 1 overall pick if the Warriors don't have that pick. The Timberwolves in at number 3. This is their first pick of the first round, and I've got them going with LaMelo Ball. I think he and D'Angelo Russell could be a fearsome backcourt in the Western Conference to go along with Karl Anthony Towns in the front court. I gotta go with him here. His passing ability is just too good to pass up on. At number 4, the Atlanta Hawks have another top 5 pick, and I've got them going with Obi Toppin out of Dayton, a sophomore who really improved his play in his second season. I'm a big fan of this kid's game. I think he needs to go top 5, and I really think the Atlanta Hawks could benefit from him. This year at Dayton, Obi Toppin averaged 20 points per game, 7.5 boards, 2 assists, and he shot nearly 39% from 3. Now, he wasn't shooting a ton of threes because he is more of a power forward at the college level, but I think he could play either forward position in the NBA and be really, really good at it. Now, before I finish my top 5 NBA fans, I want to tell you about our friends over at Fanatics, which are helping all of you guys out in this unprecedented time. They're going to hook you up with a free mask to keep you safe and healthy. Not free, but a good discount over at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/NBA mask. When you use that link, you get a great discount on your favorite team's NBA mask to keep you safe and healthy when you go out in public if you're not staying home. But they're also hooking you up with some good deals on some NBA jerseys. And if you want that, you go to chatsports.com/NBA jersey. And that's all it is. You get there, Fanatics is going to hook you up with a sweet discount thanks to our friends over there. So go check them out. Let's finish out this top 5. The Detroit Pistons coming in at 5. I've got them picking Deni Avdija out of Maccabi Tel Aviv. 19-year-old. He can play the forward or he can play the 2-guard position. This kid is going to be a stud at the next level. The highest guy from international play. Obviously, LaMelo Ball is playing internationally, but I don't consider him an international product. Avdija here. Got to go top 5. I love this kid. Let's move on to 6 through 10. At 6, the New York Knicks. I've got them picking Cole Anthony out of North Carolina. He had some injury problems this year, but I think he's going to be special at the next level. Chicago Bulls, I got them going with Isaac Okoro out of Auburn, another freshman, a small forward here. He can step in and play at that wing position next to Kobe White with Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. as well. At 8, the Charlotte Hornets need a big man, so I've got them going with Onyeka Okongwu out of USC, a freshman who's going to block shots and get a lot of rebounds at the next level. Offensive game needs a little bit of work, but he's going to be a special talent in the middle. The Washington Wizards going with Tyrese Halliburton out of Iowa State. Obviously, they're going to get John Wall back next year, and Bradley Beal will still be there, but I think Tyrese Halliburton is too special of a talent here, and really not sure how much longer John Wall is going to be in DC. To round out the top 10, the Phoenix Suns, I've got them going with Killian Hayes, another international guy, a French guard who can really play the point guard or the 2-guard position. You're taking this kid based on potential. Right now, they've got Ricky Rubio running the point and Devin Booker at the 2. Killian Hayes can play either of those positions next season. So here's a question for you guys. You guys get to be interactive here on Chat Sports. Who is the biggest sleeper in this year's draft? Let me know in the comment section below. In the last draft, my 2 big sleepers were Sekou Doumbouya and, of course, Brandon Clark, who went to the Memphis Grizzlies. Both guys having pretty good rookie seasons so far. But who is your biggest sleeper in the 2020 NBA draft? Let me know down below. Let's go 11 through 15 here. Coming in at 11, it's the San Antonio Spurs. Kind of scary that they have a high lottery pick this year. And even scarier is that they get Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. I think this kid's going to be special. I'm a big believer in his game. The Sacramento Kings getting a good shooter out of Devin Vassell from Florida State, a sophomore, a guy who can play the 2 or the 3. I think he'd be good in Sacramento with De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield. If Bogdan Bogdanovic does leave in restricted free agency, he could be a good replacement. At 13, I'm going the New Orleans Pelicans here with R.J. Hampton. Obviously, he did not play college ball. He went over to New Zealand, but he got hurt. Didn't have a great year in the pros, but this kid, I think, is too good to pass up on. Obviously, you got J.J. Redick starting at the 2, but I think Hampton, as a playmaker next to Lonzo Ball, could make a lot of sense in New Orleans. The Portland Trailblazers round out the lottery. I've got them going with Saddiq Bey, a sophomore out of Villanova. A little bit more of an experienced guy, a guy who can step in and play right away, a guy who can play the 2 or the 3. I like him better at the 3 at the next level, which is perfect because the Blazers already have a great backcourt with CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. At 15, the Orlando Magic, I've got them going with Aaron Nesmith, a shooter out of Vanderbilt, and a shooter is he ever. Good Lord, this kid was shooting lights out at Vandy this year. 23 points per game and 5 rebounds, and that three-point percentage is not a typo, folks, 52.2%. And he wasn't just shooting 2 or 3 threes per game. This kid took 8.4 three-pointers per game, and he made 52% of those 8 threes that he shot. I like this guy a lot. I think the Orlando Magic could really benefit from his shooting next to a guy like Markelle Fultz, who's not a great shooter, and big men like Vucevic and Aaron Gordon. Now let's go 16 through 20, starting off with the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is their second pick in the first round, and I've got them going with a big man out of Memphis, not the best big man, James Wiseman, but another one, Precious Achiuwa, one of my favorite names in the draft. I'm a little higher on him than a lot of other guys. You might see him lower first rounds, even early second rounds in some mock drafts, but I think the Timberwolves could really do well with pairing this kid next to Karl Anthony Towns for the long term. And heck, if you get Precious Achiuwa and LaMelo Ball in the same draft, Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be looking pretty good. This Boston Celtics in at 17. This is their first of 3 picks they have in the first round, and so I've got them going with a little bit of a international guy, a guy who's going to take a little bit of time to develop, Theo Maledon out of France. 18 years old, I think you pick him, let him develop a little bit maybe in the G League in his first year, and then play behind Kemba Walker. I think this kid's going to start in the NBA at some point, but probably not right away. At number 18, it's my hometown Dallas Mavericks picking Jamias Ramsey out of Texas Tech, a kid I'm super high on. He's a freshman who can shoot the lights out and be a good defender at the next level. I just think he needs to work on his finishing a little bit, but if you get a shooter next to Luka Doncic, you're doing well if you're the Dallas Mavs. At 19, I got the Bucks going with Josh Green. I think this is a steal at 19 and a scary idea for NBA fans if the Milwaukee Bucks can get this kid. Now, he is a freshman, so Bucks probably don't need to play him right away, but if you're looking for a replacement for a guy like Wesley Matthews next to Eric Bledsoe, Josh Green could be that. You get Bledsoe, Josh Green, Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. That's a pretty fun lineup to watch. At 20, I've got the Brooklyn Nets going with Patrick Williams, a big man out of Florida State. Obviously, they got Jared Allen. They've got DeAndre Jordan. Not a lot of great power forwards in Brooklyn. Patrick Williams could definitely turn into that. Yeah, you're taking him a little bit based on potential, but I think he could be really good in the NBA. Here's another question for you guys. Chat Sports, we are the most interactive channel on YouTube, so here's how we're going to interact with you on this one. Who do you want your favorite team to draft in this year's 2020 NBA, in the first round of the NBA draft? Let me know in the comment section below. It's a two-parter. You know I love these two-part questions. You got to tell me who your favorite team is, and then you got to tell me who you want them to draft. Just type it down below. And while you're doing that, I'm going to remind you to subscribe here on Chat Sports. I just told you, we are the most interactive YouTube channel you will find on the internet, so hit that big red subscribe button. Keep us growing. We're continuing to grow daily, and we can't do it without the help of you guys. We love all of our loyal watchers here on Chat Sports. Let's go 21 to 25, starting with the Denver Nuggets. I've got them taking Jaden McDaniels, a youngster out of Washington. Freak athlete, a great wing, a guy you can plug and play in a lot of different scenarios. He's going to be a good defender and a good finisher at the next level. At 22, the Philadelphia 76ers going with Nico Mannion out of Arizona. A kid who really, coming out of high school, I thought was going to be a top 5 pick. Didn't have a great freshman season, but still good enough to be a first-round pick. And if the 76ers are looking for a backup point guard behind Ben Simmons, I think Nico Mannion could be that backup point guard for the future. At 23, I've got the Miami Heat taking Kira Lewis out of Alabama, a kid who really benefited from staying an extra year in college. And I do think the Miami Heat would like him if Goran Dragic decides to leave this summer. At 24, it's the Utah Jazz. I've got them going with a big man. Obviously, they don't need a center because they've got Rudy Gobert, but who knows? If Rudy Gobert leaves or gets traded, Isaiah Stewart out of Washington could be a good value pick at 24. Coming at 25, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, they've got Steven Adams in the middle, but they could benefit from a good power forward, and Vernon Carey Jr. could be that, or he can be a backup center to Steven Adams. I like this kid a lot. He put up really big numbers at Duke, but some scouts are a little bit lower on him. Put up 17.8 points per game and 9 rebounds, blocked 1.6 shots per game, and he was 38% from 3. And that's why I like him for the Thunder, because he can stretch the floor unlike Steven Adams. You bring him in, maybe it's a little bit of a change of pace, and he's going to take some time to develop, but when you've got young guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and even Dennis Schroeder, who's only 26 years old, you got some time to develop a guy like Vernon Carey Jr. Now, NBA fans, before I round out this first round, I'm going to remind you to go check out our friends at Fanatics, who are trying to keep you safe and healthy and a little bit stylish with these NBA masks from Fanatics. Chatsports.com/NBA mask. You get a great discount. Go pick one up with your favorite team's logo on it today. And also make sure you get a jersey with that money you save. Chatsports.com/NBA jersey. That's going to get you a nice discount on a jersey from Fanatics. Let's finish out this first round, 26 down to 30. The Boston Celtics have two of these picks. Coming in at 26, I've got them going with another international guy, a guy whose name I'm probably going to butcher here, but Pokusevski, played in Greece, and he's Serbian-Greek. He's going to be 18 years old. Another guy who maybe the Celtics can draft and stash. They don't have to play him right away. The New York Knicks, this is their second pick of the first round, going with Jordan Nwora out of Louisville. I think this is a kid who should go in the first round, but I've seen him falling to the mid to early second round, Good defender, great shooter, and older prospect as a junior out of college. Toronto Raptors, the reigning NBA champions, get Tre Jones out of Duke. I think he could be really good behind Kyle Lowry. He's going to have a little bit of experience as a sophomore. Just got to cut down on those turnovers a little bit. The Lakers going with a big man out of Arizona, Zeke Naji. Arizona's basically running this first round, another freshman. And finally, rounding out the first round is the Boston Celtics taking a senior out of Michigan State, Cassius Winston. Yeah, I love this kid. I think he absolutely needs to be a first-round pick. Late first round, but I like this kid too much. He's going to be one of those guys where you look back and you say, man, we passed up on him because he was a senior. Bad call. I like Cassius Winston quite a bit. Now, you've made it all the way to the end of my mock draft. You've seen all 30 picks that I have laid out. So you either love it or you hate it. So I want you to grade it. A, B, C, D, or F. A meaning you love it. You mean I got every pick right. F being I got every single one of them wrong. Maybe there's a nice happy medium like a B plus, an A minus, whatever it may be. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.